So here's another rune reading for May the 7th, and this is very relevant for those who lost faith in their spiritual practice, or perhaps your own vision and having faith for your own path, and you have been feeling disconnected, disempowered, or perhaps you lose touch with your leadership, and therefore you can feel maybe as a victim. You lost the power to create. And then of course also two other very powerful runes that can completely transform that kind of misfortune that you're currently experiencing. Now, the rune reading that I always do, it kind of really reflects to my own energy of where I've been through and the things that I have to experience, but they serve as an example of what you can also experience for yourself if you want to know where exactly you are in your own soul's journey. Okay, so the first one is that of a reversed Petro. Petro has everything to do with faith. Okay, we need to have faith in order to go into a direction, you know, call it a divine faith, is to have that vision. Now, when we have a reversed one, simply we lost faith in our abilities, and therefore we can feel or see ourselves as a victim. We lost touch with our own leadership capabilities to take charge over ourself and life, take responsibility for our own life. And if we are in this victimhood, of course there are always outside forces that feels like overwhelming and want to take charge over us. Okay, and then we feel we can't really change the situation. Now the second one is also really kicking in, and that one is a reversed Turisas. Turisas, of course, which is the strength and the protection from Thor itself. It's one of the most powerful runes that we can have in the 24 Elder Futard runes. But if we have the reversed one, we feel weak. We don't have the strength. If we would use physical strength alone without thought and knowledge, we simply become abusive. Okay, so when we are feeling weak, we don't have the power, the strength to change the situation moving ahead. Okay, so yeah, this is where we could be at. This is what we can go through sometimes in our life, if life is always coming up. And perhaps we are experiencing a moment of spiritual burnout, okay, where the stress and anxiety is simply taking over in our life. And we don't really have the strength and the energy, and when we can't really seem to connect with our joy moving ahead. Now, really to turn this whole thing around, the third rune we have is that of Eurus. I love Eurus. It's a very powerful rune that can completely transform this whole kind of misfortune that we are experiencing, because this is the rune of regeneration. This is the brute force, the strength that we need to push through, is to move ourselves out of this stagnation, of this inertia that sometimes we can feel stuck in. Okay, we feel regenerate our joy and vision, and this energy is really pushing through, moving ahead. And whilst doing so, we are entering into the fourth rune, which is that of the Algish. The Algish is that of divine protection. And when we use our brute force to simply start moving again, we simply really can align really quick again with this divine protection, okay? And where we completely feel in alignment once again, moving forward with our ideas, with our visions, with that what we want to create and build for ourselves. So it may sound like we are starting off, and it reflects of where we have been for the last couple of weeks. You know, feel a little bit stagnant. We lost faith, we lost the energy, the strength moving forward. We felt like a victim, and these type of challenges that we are in. Of course, we can think about short-term solutions, like within our challenges, but we also sometimes really need to face that made us feel insecure or not feeling safe in this world, that is causing these feelings of victimization. Okay, so sometimes we do need to have that practice of reconnecting with the inner child that got hurt, that got abused, that got neglected within our past, for example. So to go through these layers of frustration and anxiety and stress, and perhaps these layers of sadness as well, where we felt lonely, isolated, neglected, abused, and all of it. And then we can further reach the core, okay, of our essence, and then we can regenerate when we're connecting with that essence as well. Okay, so this is really, of course, what our spiritual practice is about. And once we are doing so, we tune into the energy of the Urus, when we connect with the strength that we need to move forward. Okay, and that's where we can find our divine inspiration and divine protection of the elk, the antlers. Okay, so yeah, if you could relate to any of this, if you want to really get a personalized rune reading for yourself as well, to really discover where you are at in your own soul's journey, you can find the links down in the description. Go to the landing page, leave your name and email address, and then I share a little bit more information on how we can work together as well. And of course, we can also use the runes and turn this into a shamanic guided healing meditation, okay, where we further integrate these energies within your essence as well, within your spirit. Okay, so if you want to know more, you can find more about this video. For now, if you have any questions, if you want to leave your thoughts, simply drop a comment below, and I look forward to meet and greet you very, very soon. All right, take care for now.